Here doing our read aloud, and I have some exciting news. We are reading The Secrets of Droon, and we're in the Mysterious Island, and we are on chapter 9. And yesterday I gave you a different read aloud to kind of shake things up so that we could sort of stretch out reading this book in the hopes that we'll finish it a little bit closer to when the book that I ordered arrives. But the next book in the series got here this morning. So we can finish this one up and move right along to the next one. I hope that you're enjoying this and liking the story and the magical world of Droon as much as I am. So here we are, Chapter 9, At the White Cliff. The kids huddled together to avoid the flames. A prison of fire, Spar said. You may thank Witch Demeter for the idea. Thoughtful, isn't she? My happy mood is fading fast, Kia whispered. The wall of fire edged closer. Let them go, Galen boomed, struggling against his chains. Give me the eye, and you may all go, Spar told them. He snapped his fingers, and one large nin raised his heavy sword. Your chains will be cut, Galen. You will be free. Max's 8 legs trembled. Don't trust him. Eric looked up. The flames coiled high into the air. The strange green-winged sea flies were beginning to gather above them. Eric felt something wasn't right. What was it? Spar stared through the flames. I created the Red Eye of Dawn centuries ago to do my will. Your evil will, Kia said, trying to remain calm. And all you do is put curses on people, like Demeter, like my mother. Eric kept staring at their prison of fire, Demeter's fire. He recalled how she had said once that she was a friend to no one, not even Spar. The flames slithered over one another. They gleamed red, then silver, then red again. The Nins were afraid of the fire. They wouldn't come close. But still, something was wrong. Zzz, zzz, the sea flies buzzed lower. Then, in a flash, Eric knew what it was. The fire looked hot enough to burn them to a crisp, but no smoke was coming from the fire, and no heat. The flies would never buzz so close if there was heat. That was it. The fire wasn't real. It only looked hot. The fire was something else. In fact, it was hundreds of something else's. Spar circled the flames. Soon he would guess. Demeter had tricked him. In an instant, Eric formed a plan. He tapped Neil with his foot and glanced up at the sea fleas. Then he nodded at the nin with the sword. Your pals do something? Neil smiled a big smile. He twitched his feelers. Slowly, the flies lifted and buzzed over to the nin. Give me the eye, Spar demanded. Get ready to move, Eric whispered. He stepped to the wall of fire. Eric, what are you doing? Julie said. Just follow me. He held out his hand. Master Eric, no! Cried Max. Now! Eric shouted. Neil twitched, and the flies surrounded the fat nin. Ugh! The guard growled, swatting the flies. His heavy sword dropped to the ground. At the same instant, Eric leaped through the fire. He was ready to scream, but he didn't have to. The instant he stuck his hand in, the flames ran over his fingers. The fire was icy cold. Sylphs! I knew it, he cried. The strange creature spilled in a shower to the ground. Demeter has betrayed me, Spar cried. Eric and Julie dashed over and grabbed the nin's sword. Together they swung hard. Chung! Galen's heavy chains fell away. Now you will pay, Spar shouted. No, Spar, Kia cried. You will pay for the curses you have put on people. Kawoom! Bright beams shot wildly from Kia's hand. A terrible bolt blasted the ground near the nin, sending them rushing in every direction. Another exploded near Neil. Ow! He cried as he leaped for cover. Kia! Galen shouted. You cannot control the eye. Your anger will destroy you. Throw it away, Max yelled. Kia hurled the burning stone at the sea. It is mine! Cried Spar. He sucked in his breath and seemed to grow to twice his size. His eyes flashed and his fins turned black with rage. He grasped his magic staff. Kabam! Bolts of fire leaped from the staff. They shot across the air to the eye, and the jewel stopped its fall to the sea. Slowly it moved back toward Spar. You see, the Red Eye of Dawn knows its master, he howled. Come to me, my jewel. Laughing, he reached for the sparkling jewel. Suddenly, kawoom! The peaceful sea exploded, and a giant serpent rose from the waves. Witch Demeter, Eric said. The serpent reared her head and opened her jaws. I am Demeter, queen of oceans. And with a single lunge, her scaly arm, the witch closed her claws over the red eye of dawn. No, Spar cried. Black was the day you were born, Witch Demeter. I will find you. The serpent reared once more, then plunged into the water below, sending up a wave that crashed against the cliff like an exploding bomb. Awesome, Julie gasped, staring at the water. The sorcerer leaped upon a groggle and soared over the white cliff. Nins, follow me! Here's a picture of Demeter. Demeter. He just hit my elbow on the desk. Then, turning to Eric and his friends, Spar cried, Weak humans! You will end your days on this island. Crumble, earth! Fall to the sea! And the ground began to quake. And that is the end of chapter 9. We will begin chapter 10, which is A Ship Reborn. Very exciting!